lot, but he decided to pick up a project car, a 1991 Camaro, for a pretty good deal. And I mean, it definitely needs a lot of work. We checked it out like a couple weeks ago. I mean, it's definitely a good project. It definitely fits him a lot, but I think it'll be fun. And it'll be another classic to you know, cruise around the Corvette, because as you guys know, my friend has the Fox body. Now we have this, and now my friend will have the Camaro, so it's going to be kind of a cool trio. But today he is picking it up. It is delivery day, so definitely really cool. The tow truck is going to be there now, so I'm going to see if I can go with them. I'm definitely running a little bit late, but I just want to update you guys because it is hard to record and drive this thing since it is stick. But like last week, we did pick up a battery for it. We put it in. It did have electrical light, but it wasn't turning over, so we're going to see what we can do today to try and get it running. So that being said, I'll see you guys once we're picking this thing up. Alright guys, so the car is acquired. It's getting dropped off in the driveway by the tow truck right now. And once it's off, we can go ahead and we'll check it out. So guys, as you guys can see, the Camaro is, well, here. Well, this is a 1991 Camaro RS. The inside's actually pretty nice, besides maybe the dash, but I mean, other than that, it is pretty clean. Door panels are basically mint. But this isn't going to be like a full build, obviously, because we do have the fire truck build. But this is just going to be kind of a side thing. You know, we're hanging out over here and, you know, decide to wrench on the old Camaro. Got some content to make, and you know, you guys would be able to see the end result quicker. I'm not going to record every single thing, obviously. It's not my project car, but let's go ahead and pop the hood, and I'll show you guys underneath. So, the hood's a little jank. Everything's here. It is complete. Here's the new battery put in it, but what we're probably going to do is vacuum it out so we don't get attacked by like a spider or a hornet's nest that might still be somewhat living. And I think the plan is to try and at least get this thing cranking and maybe to fire up and run. That's kind of the goal for today. When we did put in a new battery and tried to crank it, well, actually I did record that, so here's that. It caught a little bit. So as you guys saw, it was making a bad noise. I'm really hoping that the flywheel's not all chewed up or the starter, but what I'm leading to believe is that maybe the engine's a little bit stuck, so we might have to pull out the spark plugs, get like a breaker bar on the crank, and you know, get it rotating a little bit, maybe put some WD-40 or something down the cylinders to get it all lubed up. And then once we do that, hopefully the starter will be good enough to crank it over, and from there it's just figuring out a fast compression, spark, and fuel. And it does have throttle body injection, I believe, so we'll kind of mess around with that also. So one thing we're just going to try real quick is, I mean, we got a ratchet on the crank bolt, and we're just going to try and just give her a little snug. We're not going to go too crazy, and just see if we see any movement really at all. Yeah, that's good. It runs. So it looks like this baby's got an electric fuel pump, not a mechanical fuel pump. Hopefully that thing isn't dead. Yeah. Come on, girl. Come on. Guys, we were actually back here a couple days later, and as you guys saw, this engine is turning over, and Sean was able to make it work, just, you know, fiddling around with it. But as you guys saw, after putting starter fluid in it, it does run, so it does have spark, and I guess it does have compression and everything like that, but it might be a fueling issue, or the battery might just be a little bit dead, so we're just going to let it charge up a little bit right now and give her another shot. But at the end there, it did seem like it did kind of start running with the fuel. I was afraid that maybe the fuel pump wasn't working, but we're just going to keep messing around with it and hopefully get her running for the first time in probably a couple years. So, smelling the gas cap, it smells super stale. Show them what, quarter tank?
Barely.
What we're going to do right now is just put some fresh gas in it. It's low enough that adding it in, you know, definitely help a little bit, because it did smell really, really old just based on the gas cap. So, we're just going to take that one right now?
Yeah.
All right.
It's 5 gallons.
Yeah, 5 gallons. We're going to put in there. We're going to keep the battery charging in the meantime, and we'll see what happens when we get back. First fuel. She's gonna run now. Oh, there's that.
Eventually.
So you pushing some relays. No way! How's it sound in the back? Not bad. That's awesome. First start with antifreeze in it and without connected to the jumper cables. This is a big moment right here.
Try disconnecting it and see if it's still
1340. All right, so the battery is disconnected from the jumper cables. She didn't even move. That sounds pretty good. So the back has fluid, a little dirty, but it has it. The front's completely dry, so hopefully the brake lines and whatever aren't blown. So we just put brake fluid into it, but one thing we're gonna do right now is just change out this belt because it is not looking well. As you can see, it is really, really dry rotted, starting to fray. A little sketchy looking underneath here while it's running to really check things out. But we did check the oil before. It looked perfect and actually like really clean. It didn't look like a milkshake or nothing, so that's good. So once we get this changed, we'll fire it back up and you know, be able to look under here safely and see if we see anything wrong. Tell me it just snapped. It snapped. So you can't really get a drill in there to extract it.
What about this whole new mechanism?
You know, I think you're at that point right now. May have to go to AutoZone. So guys, if you're wondering how this thing is running, Sean texted me, said it was running. And basically what he did is we almost did a fuel pump on this. Thank God we didn't, but he checked out these relays and you just like, what, you wiggled them, right?
Yeah, they were loose.
Yeah, they were loose, so he just tightened them, and the thing's basically turnkey now. So we're probably just gonna end up getting a whole mechanism for this. If we can't find anything, then we'll probably try and take out the bolt and get a new bolt for it or a pulley or something. Alrighty guys, so it is a couple days later, and as you guys can see, the car is positioned in a different way, and the tire is off. So this thing needed a new valve stem, so Sean went ahead and got a new valve stem for it. So now it's holding air. And he also drove this thing just really quick. And it drove, so that's a good sign. So we're just gonna throw on this wheel real quick, set her down, and see how she sits. Are you serious?
Look at the carpet.
Yep, the carpet. The whole floor is moving, isn't it?
It's like a rocking chair.
Yeah, rocking chair, yeah. Woo! So this thing has a new belt and new pulleys, right? Nice. Here we go. Going in reverse. Hey, there she goes. Reverse lights are working. She's moving. Oh, she's not sounding good. It's dying when you give it gas, right? Yeah. All right, let's give those fuel pump relays a shot because it sounds like it's running out of gas. Dang, that's a nice tensioner and a premium belt too. Looking good. Sounds better. Oh yeah, yeah. You can actually give it gas now. Oh, sounds like the thing's got a hog cam in her. First time driving in years. Woo! I'm sure she'll run a lot better once there's like completely new gas in there.
Yeah.
It sounds so much smoother now when you revved it.